Okay guys, I'm just on my way to the radio station once again here, and today the subject is stress. Now this is something that really affects absolutely everyone, especially in this day and age, and I'll elaborate a little bit on top of it as well afterwards, because I think there's quite a bit to say. I'm actually running a little bit late here, so it'll all be good. It'll be good. So, yep, message, just leaving the door open. Cool. So yeah, stress, it affects absolutely everyone, and it's kind of overdrive in this day and age. Now I don't want to give away too much, because I'll say the majority of it on the radio, and I'll explain afterwards. But stress is such a natural reaction. It's an inbuilt reaction from thousands and thousands of years old, but in this day and age there's not meant to be this much stress. Long story short, stress is a danger response. This day and age, our dangers aren't what they used to, but biologically we have one reaction to danger. That's it. So I'll leave the talk in there and wait till I get inside.
Her hits don't lie. Shakira at Mix 104.9.
Was that her hits or her hips?
Hips. There should be more pan flutes in rock music too. I love it. I love pan flutes. Oh, that works for me at the massage parlour.
I can't believe you just said that.
Well, it's nice, relaxing music. You know, as you're getting your shoulders rubbed.
What? Anyway, let's move right on. It's time to welcome Matt from Evolve. Good morning.
Oh, that's it. Give me the giggles and put me on air.
Well, mate, it de-stresses me when I go and have a massage.
I see what you did there.
At the parlour. Lovely. Now, we are talking about stress this morning, aren't we, Matt?
So stress, something that seems to affect absolutely everyone in this day and age, right? So I'll make this two quick little stories, okay? What I want to do is bring the biological aspect of it, of why we get stressed and how to counter it, but make it understandable, okay? So first up, imagine you're on the African plains thousands of years ago, okay? You're there making tools, or you're farming, doing what you would have done, okay? And then you hear a rustle from long grass, okay? Ooh. Automatically, exactly, you get that response of adrenaline hit and you're on edge, right? You got that fight or flight. Now, back then, we weren't as well fed as we were now. Okay, so imagine you haven't eaten all day, you're pretty exhausted, then this happens. If we didn't have a biological response, being stress, to actually break down certain tissues to give us that energy, then we'd be pretty useless, right? So we could release something called cortisol in with our adrenaline. Now, cortisol breaks down fatty tissue, actually bone marrow, like everything. It breaks down your muscle tissue. It breaks down the muscle into amino acids to then raise your blood sugar level. That's basically what it does, raise your blood sugar level, so you've got that quick release energy, okay? So it does all that so that if there's a tiger or something, we could then fight or flight. Brilliant response, great for survival, right? Now we fast forward a few thousand years to right now. We don't have tigers chasing us, but we have work, relationships, we've got
family,
tax agents,
lawyers.
Just life in general.
Life in general right now is stress. Back then we were worried about survival and eating. Got those two boxes ticked, we're pretty happy. Now we're having that stress response, like a constant drip all the time, and so we've got permanent cortisol coming into our system. The problem with that is we've got little things here, like you're permanently raising your blood sugar level, which can help with insulin resistance, which is diabetes further down the line. It increases your appetite. You know, obviously, if you're breaking your body down, when you're stressed, that's why people have to go to food.
They reach to those sugary foods for the high to lift them up,
because they want to replenish themselves. Now, I'll go as quickly as I can. I'll skip past this bit. Now, imagine you rewind back a few thousand years again, okay? Now, we survived by social groups. Okay, so we weren't born with big claws, big anything to defend ourselves, so we lived in social groups to hunt and gather. Now, imagine you then do something good for someone else. They do something good for you. You know that good feeling you get, or the feeling of closeness you get with your family? These bonds that we build are imperative for our survival, okay? Because like the more I like you, the more I like you guys, the more we connect and bond, the more I'm going to have your back, right?
Of course.
Someone kicks in here, these are my friends, these are my family, I look after them. And that is, there, I've got it all down here. All right. That's your oxytocin release. Okay, so with your oxytocin release there, that is going to counteract your stress. Okay, so the problem we're having right now is this constant stress drip, but with our oxytocin release, we're all on our phones. It's a very cheap way of trying to get a connection. Not like when you look face to face with someone. And the most important thing to seal a deal with the human is a human touch. One last thing. Imagine you're going into a business deal. Heard this the other day. A great analogy. You're going into a business deal and go, right, okay, great. I want to go into business with you. That's great, you know. You go, right, we'll shake on it.
Shake, yeah.
And they go, oh, no. Look, I'm happy to do business with you. I agree with everything. We don't need to shake. I'll go into business. Now, because they didn't shake your hand, all of your terms and conditions might be met, but you'll either blow the deal off or you'll go into it nervous. Human touch and that connection, that bond is so important, and that's why stress is such a big problem right now. We're not connecting. So if you do a good deed for someone else, you get an oxytocin release, they do, and the crazy thing is science has proven someone who watches does. So do a good deed for someone and it helps everyone.
And you stress less.
Exactly. I had an oxytocin release at the massage parlour with the pan flute music. Well, I
don't even know how to say it, Greg.
Oxytocin. I love it.
Matt Cowling from Evolve, thanks for your time this morning.
No worries, guys.
You're an idiot.
Mix 104.9 and McDonald's want to help you.
Cool. Sorry about that, guys. It's a little bit stressful. Yeah, like I won't run over like that again. That was a really busy day. Just squeeze down really hard.
Thanks, Matty.
No worries. A little bit of elaboration on the social groups aspect of it. That's how we did survive. You know, like we really do scientifically get a release of that good feeling when you help someone else. You know, like when you help someone else, it solidifies that bond between us, and it's chemical. It's in our blood. It's not just it just feels good. Why does it feel good? Because it's good for survival. Everything that's good for survival feels good, and that's just one of the things. You know, that's why you love your parents, and that's why you love your friends. And the closer you get, the stronger that bond becomes, and the closer you get, the more you'll do for them. It's funny because the other aspect with our modern day that's a bit interesting is we always had an alpha. Now this is really interesting. Some amazing talkers that you can check up on the internet to talk about this thing. But there was always an alpha male and an alpha female. Now there's pros and cons of being the alpha. Now first of all, as the alpha, you eat first. You get first choice of food, first choice of mate. Now, no one cares about the alpha having first choice of food or mate. So I think you don't care that your boss earns more than you. You don't care, you're completely fine with your boss having a bigger office because they're the alpha. You're quite happy to step back and let the alpha eat first. And being the king's good, you know, being the alpha's good. People help you out, they give you things, they let you be stronger, but the actual history part of that is back in the day when we had dangers all around of us, we wanted to feel safe, and our alpha makes us feel safe. We let them be the best fed, they're the strongest, they're the biggest, they're the most powerful, but it comes at a cost. When there's danger, we expect the alpha to run towards the danger. We expect it, and if they don't, that's not a leader. You get the hierarchy with this day and age, you know, they might be your boss, but they're not a leader. A leader runs towards danger. The leader sacrifices themselves for everyone else. That's a true leader. And yeah, right now, because we don't have those small social groups that we had for thousands of years, now we interact with strangers every day that we've had no oxytocin release with, none. So we don't even know them. So we're ultimately trying to figure out who's the alpha. We're driving down the road, we pull up at traffic lights, and there's people burning off in front because they want to prove themselves as the alpha because they get the benefits of first food and first mate. It's as simple as that. You know, another amazing thing, have you ever met someone and you're nervous to meet them? That shows you biologically you're not the alpha. You're nervous. Now, have you ever sensed that someone's nervous meeting you? You're the alpha. Simple as. It's very interesting, you know, when you break it down to how we've been for thousands of years, and now all of a sudden we're thrown in this day and age, and it is all of a sudden. It happens so quick, really. that we now interact with people not only in the streets, in the cars, all over the world. You jump on your phone and you're in contact with someone in Hong Kong, you know? So we think we're getting this oxytocin release, this cheap hit that we're getting because we get a like on Facebook from someone you don't even know. You're friends with someone on Facebook, you don't even have a clue who they are, but they like you. And it adds that number, and the bigger that number comes, the bigger your social status becomes, the more of an alpha you become. That's why it feels good, the oxytocin release. We get that hit. But we're missing that vital part. We haven't got the touch. And if you don't have the touch, it's cheap. You know, it's really cheap. Like, with someone that you care about who is an alpha to you, places their hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm proud of you," looks you straight in the eyes and says that. Or a loved one says they love you, but as they do, they embrace your face or touch your hand. It drives you, get a big flood of it. It's for our survival. But now we get that little cheap drip, you know, like on Facebook. Oh, I'm a little bit more special. So, long story short, we all know this. We all know it, and everyone's guilty of it, and everyone's addicted to it. You know, the same. If you look at a lot of this material is from someone called Simon Sinek. He's amazing. Like everything I say, it's not new. You can find it all over the internet. You can speak to people. You can speak to doctors. Anything. Not so much. You can speak to anyone. And you can find this information. All I'm doing here is I find information. I'm obsessed with finding out how things work, and I like to package it together in a way that might reach someone else. So imagine you're at a theatre and you're watching the show, and there's a load of people on stage. You can watch the same show but have a different perspective and a different understanding of that show because of the position you're sat in and some of the other side of the stage. They see different things, they see a different thing. So my perspective might resonate with the people here, but it might not over here. So I'm trying to get to these people, and there needs to be more than just me, you know. There's people throwing up things all the time, but real people who believe in it, who have a different perspective, need to start talking up. Speak up, but not in a lecturing way. Just get passionate about it. Tell people about what you've discovered, and it might resonate with this person, and they might speak up. And if enough people speak up, we get this ripple effect where people become enthused, they take control of their life, they feel good. And we stop this crazy era that we're in right now of social disconnection. You know, hundreds of friends on Facebook, and yet you get 20 minutes on the weekend and you've got no one to phone and no one to call. They're the same. They're the same situation. That's a lot of people are like this, you know. You need your social groups. It's good for the soul because it's imperative for survival. So that's my rant for today. Thanks so much everyone for last time. I got a massive feedback from the videos I've done. I didn't expect to do anything like this. It was just kind of on a whim, and people have asked me to carry on and do my piece and do this after every radio show, so I'll keep doing it. As long as people want it, I'll keep doing it, just to reach those right people. And if it's not right for you and it doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. Maybe look into it yourself if you can. You might find a different perspective. You might be able to help someone else. That's all it's about, right? Let's try and help each other. We're all human. Cool. Peace. See you later, guys.